seeing them go from innocent kids to 2 years later, they're in a gang. And some of them never came back to school.
Institutionalized, man.
And so I think it has to start at that age where you have the opportunity to choose something different and know that there is something outside of the gang life.
We got to give them something different.
But also the resource got to understand too, like what gang is showing them, bro, here's $100 you made in 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Right?
Now
You can go to school for 13 years, bro, and you may not make no money.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other part of it. Like, got to show kids entrepreneurship early.
Yeah.
Learn how to build your own business and make your own something like
Find
lemonade
some
stand, bro.
money.
Go make some money real quick.
But you know what? They just had I saw something on the news the other day about lemonade stands where it's against the law to have a lemonade stand because a lemonade stand, you need to have a permit to have a lemonade stand.
In one of these states, like, they decommissioned it, but in most places they have that same because you're selling goods, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but what people don't understand though, if you sell goods on your own
Who
property,
Who did that sound like when you just say that? That sound like the mom.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
You said, like, oh, you selling something? Nah,
Nah,
you can't say
you're
that.
not over here. Make money for yourself
Where's my
Where's
percentage?
my
Yeah.
percentage? You know, I need my taxes on it.
right now. That is disheartening to say the least. Like the Central Park 5 thing though, like that shit just really, like, for me, watching those stories, albeit 30 years ago, felt like that shit was just
heartbreak.
right. Just the way they was interacting with these kids, man, like, just made me think of all the situations that could possibly been wrong with me, you, any type of situation. Like we've been stopped. I've been profiled a few times,
Me too.
but the 2 times I've been arrested was strictly profiling, right? Like, me and my friends went to a house party like anybody else in high school, out of high school, whatever, that real summer before college. You know, we all a bunch of kids in the outside playing whatever or partying, cops pull up, like, oh, the party shut down. But mind you, it's me and my 4 other black friends. The rest of the white Mexican kids all on the street.
Mm-hmm.
But out of all those kids in the street, might have been 100 of those kids, they directly walked to us. It's like, y'all smell like weed. What you like? What you mean? We smell like weed. And if I had new rights then, I just walked away. He's like, oh no, come sit down and talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
Sat us on the curb. Then it went from sat us on the curb to searching all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't find anything on us. Went from, oh, what car did y'all come in? Is that your car over there? And
Nah,
again, right, again, not knowing our rights and things that we should know. Yeah, my mom was like, my car's over there, right? So he went and searched the car, found something in the car, happened to be mine, and I got arrested for it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I knew my rights and understood my rights, that never could happen because it wasn't my vehicle, right? You didn't catch it in the vehicle. Therefore, there's nothing for you to go look in the vehicle for because you didn't have anything on the person who was driving the car, right? Found nothing on him. You could easily told him no. Then he stares, oh, when you tell us no, we'll bring the dog. And blah, blah. Like, they do all these scare tactics,
Yeah.
even though, like, we had every right to get, now we good, we're walking away.
Bring your dog and I'm gonna bring a lawyer.
Simple as that. But like no one tells people this is what you can fight for. These are your rights. And that's kind of my biggest thing doing this, make sure people understand, like, if you're not being detained, walk away. First question you ask, am I being detained?
Lawyer up too.
And I'm also gonna call a lawyer. I'm not talking to you without a lawyer.
Right there. You know, like.
And there's tons of, I gotta get these numbers, but there's tons of places where you can call like 1-800 numbers where the person answers the phone and give you like tips as it's going through. But again though, the issue with that is reaching for a cell phone.
Yep.
Any movement that requires you to do this and then this in front of them.
Just make sure that your shit is all that makes a difference. That in reaching areas, before you stop, before they even get to the motherfucking car. Look, my shit is right here. That's
And I'm not touching it.
You can reach there and get it
I'm
yourself.
not touching it.
You know, one thing I'll say
Get
too.
it yourself.
One thing I'll say too is, you know, shut your vehicle off too, because you know they want any excuse,
Any reason.
any excuse that they can say. Well, I felt threatened for myself. So if I ever get pulled over, what I do is I pull out all my license, insurance, registration before they even get to the car, just to make sure that I have everything right there,
Already
visible. And when they get to the car, it's already there for them. Because you have to do as many steps, and I mean, it sounds crazy to say this, but
The rest is us.
but I mean, you know, even saying this out loud, you know, you have to do as many steps as you can to de-escalate the situation because you don't know who's coming up to your car and what they're going through.
He could have had a bad night.
He could have had a bad night. He could have. His girlfriend could have left him, and he's just looking for a reason to take it out on somebody else. And unfortunately, as people of color, you know, what happens is we're the ones who usually get scapegoated into that.
Yeah, well, we never get the benefit of the doubt. Ever get the benefit of the doubt. You are guilty until you prove that you're not. Even if you do prove you're not, you're still guilty. Cause I still think you did it. Like
Yeah.
Central Park 5. It was proven. The man said I did it. But nah, it wasn't just him. It couldn't just been him. They had been doing something.
They had to be some-
They had
you
to
know,
be doing
That's just
something.
part.
Even if somebody else admitted to it, it doesn't matter because they're black, so they did something else.
You have to have done it.
So we're still getting.
Why are
something
you in
else.
the park that night?
Yeah.
Like it's always something, man.
That was harassing people.
Mhm.
Always
Yes,
something. But the moral of this story is know your rights, regardless. It could save your life. And that's sad that we had to say this to our people because I know there's tons of white people who have these conversations with their children never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know they believe he's here to help you, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
And Billy wholeheartedly believes he's here to help me. And for Billy, he is there to help Billy.
And that's why
We gonna help Billy.
We gonna help Billy, right? I have
Billy shoot up a church. But
you gonna help Billy, right? So for my instance, I have two children, right? One who looks very white, and my son who looks black, right? And I have to make sure and navigate life that life for them will be different. And I've told my son this and said, you may get treated differently than your brother gets treated. And I try my best to make sure you understand that, but there's some situations where I'm not there. And he may let him walk away. Like it may be a situation where I walk up to y'all, your brother walk away, they don't stop him. You try to follow your brother, he stops you. Gotta understand like that's a very possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And people have kids of color and they have different shades of color in their children. Understand that. Your son gets treated differently than your daughter gets treated, right? We have kids who look white, right? If they didn't see us necessarily, our children out with their, their parents, they look like them. There's no question, you're just white.
Mm-hmm.
But my Carmel son,
Well, I don't know, Kiara, she
what,
really turned
she has features of because you're her father.
They gonna see her bright from that. And then
Right, until you get closer. Even my son, right? My son has blonde or blue eyes. You see him in his face, you go, oh, well, okay. I get it, but from a distance, though, you look like Billy. So you and Billy can go about your business. But you two, we got to sit and talk to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and having to understand that and navigate that scenario with our children is,
Oh, I'm trying to break Tristan now.
you have to. You understand that he doesn't have the same rights as his friends have.
Breaking you now already. And I'm like, I understand you love these people because that's the type of family that's over there, but I'm telling you, this is what they see you as.
Simple as that.
They're gonna listen to me when it comes to this. But he already know, especially since he started to drive.
You look like them, not like them, sir. I mean, and he light, but he ain't light enough.
You ain't got, yeah, right.
Right, you ain't light
You ain't
enough.
got hair now.
And your hair is super kinky.
Mm-hmm.
They see you automatically as a threat. And that shit it's sad to say, but black children in this country, until proven otherwise, are a threat to these people.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to make sure your kids understand that.
I told my son, I told my kids, they mixed race won't change how they treat you.
At all.
Yep.
At all.
I mean, I'm mixed race too.
Right.
Like, I mean,
But if they see you, RJ, you a black man.
I'm black. But any other means, I'm a black man.
And that's what all they see. And that's all they see. And that shit has to that shit irks me, man. Like it irks me to my core. That I even have to even warn my 7-year-old child, hey man, this is life.
How we used to run around with cap guns back in
Oh man, would have been murdered today.
Would
Would've been murdered today.
Guns, no nothing.
Well, we had BB guns, airsoft guns,
Stuff. You
playing
gotta-
cops and robbers. They like
buy a kid a color gun, a kid a color
Nerf
gun.
gun.
Now I gotta
Even
get Nerf
Nerf
gun.
you gotta look orange.
And it gotta
It's
be
orange,
right,
blue,
you
right,
gotta
bro.
see
Look,
it.
you see this drawstring? It's a drawstring
Yeah,
here,
well,
sir.
this is a total gun.
If it looks remotely real, it's
Gotta
a
have
problem.
flashlight on the like face.
Also gotta tell kids
Face.
that. Hey, y'all see these kids? Do you see these kids that do walk around with the little BB guns in their pockets? Like, bro, don't do that. Like, there's someone telling these kids, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I know you know it's a toy, but he don't know it's a
He
toy
don't know it's a toy.
at all.
And he gonna get off.
And he's gonna.
And he's gonna be justified for
Your
it.
life gonna be gone, and he gonna go home.
Oh, I thought he had a gun.
To go back to work.
Right, because as a police officer, you should be trained to be able to tell what a fake gun is not. But a lot of these kids, sometimes I've seen, they'll go spray paint the gun, take the little orange cap off the gun, wear it like a real gun.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta go tell your kids, man, don't walk around like, even though you're just a child, walk around with a toy gun, they see you as a man with a gun in your hand. And that has to change, man.
Yeah, at 12 years old, you're treated as
They got vest. We ain't got no vest.
At all.
Tell somebody to put the gun down and actually give them a chance to put the gun down.
That's the other thing, right? Put the gun down. Oh, wow. I didn't get a shot to do
to
that.
put the gun down.
But thank you all for coming, right? Time's up.
Oh, yeah. It is 12:47. We still got
Perfect.
13 minutes.
Perfect. Oh, I ain't trying to say the whole hour. But I thank y'all for coming, man. This is a good conversation. The next conversation we'll do with mothers with children of color, right? Kind of that same topic we just ended on, we're going to expound on that because it's a very real thing. Because we're grown men, we know what we can and can't do in this life, right? But our children don't. So we gotta be, and then a lot of times their father's not in the picture. They're just raised by a white mother or a person who's not of color, and they don't necessarily understand it. Like if your son comes home and says, "Mom, I've been followed today," your first thing shouldn't be, "Oh, what did you do?" It should be, "Oh, okay, this is why that may have happened to you, son." And being able to really understand why that may have happened to your child. A lot of people don't really understand that, so that's our next conversation. But thank you for coming, man. Thank you for coming. I definitely appreciate it. This will be on YouTube, so subscribe to Knowledge Circle. Should be out later on today. You can see it, so.